So we are about to do something that has not been done in 7 years. Okay, so for the first time since 2016, we may end with a green month on the BTC chart. So you guys can obviously see what the breakdown looks like here. September, historically the worst month for crypto out of the year. All right, but yet BTC is actually up about 3% on the month, which is a great sign. Now the thing that sucks is we still have time to mess this up, but so I want to lay out a couple scenarios for people. Obviously, ADA right now very correlated with BTC, but this shows that there is extreme signs of strength, right? Something that historically has not been invalidated in years to finally be invalidated at a time where the macro structure outside the market isn't really that good. Times where the SEC is pushing back, but still bringing in a good September. It's a very great sign for the coming months leading into the halving, leading into the bull market. Okay. Now, here's the thing. There are some scenarios where we could face some downside. The first scenario is if the SEC wins an appeal against, actually 4 scenarios. Okay. If the SEC ends up winning the appeal against Ripple, right? Very bad sign for crypto. Would likely mean obviously they're going to be coming after a lot of other coins out there. And ADA would likely be one of them. It's one that has been named as a security before, but then obviously, like I said before, it's like a fart in the wind. It's gone. Hasn't really been made reference to in 3.5 months. All right. That's been about it. And it's because the SEC hasn't really had ground to gain in that regard. The second scenario, we obviously know that the Fed has talked about the likelihood of a recession not happening anytime soon, pushing it back to 2027. Okay. Obviously, if we get to the point where we do end up entering a recession late this year or close to early next year, there is potential downside for ADA. There's potential downside for the broader crypto market. Okay. Now, on the positive side, the last scenario is if we do end up getting into this point where, we're not having more interest rate hikes, where we get into this soft landing, where some of those macro factors surrounding the crypto market do begin to improve. This is where you could see ADA finish the year strong and break more to the upside. Now, this is again what I had drawn out a while ago, and I wanted to show a worst case scenario box here for you. Okay. So right now we're stuck in my buy box and we're consolidating sideways. We're kind of following these trend lines. We're not really making much headway in that regard. We got rejected from the 20-day moving average. So now we sit towards the bottom end of this box around 24 cents, which is a strong range of support for ADA. So we'll have to see if this holds. Now, the time where ADA would likely have to make a decision is coming in early November. All right. That is when this falling wedge that we've been in for a very long period of time ends up hitting the current trend that we've been facing with ADA. So we might end up just essentially trading sideways, throughout October, throughout the rest of September, throughout October, and then making a decision from there. Now, again, this is where one of those two scenarios plays out. Either we get some negative news, we get bad GDP, we get closer to a recession, the SEC wins an appeal, something like that, we can fall down. That's where ADA by the end of the year could be somewhere down in that 20-cent range, bringing in a new low for the year, right? But if we stay on the bullish side of things, if the landscape begins to improve, even things outside of crypto, headlines, adoption, things like that, provide some sort of positive sentiment to the market, begin to flip it around, BTC begins to climb, bring in new highs for the year. This is all stuff that could obviously flatten ADA out. It could even push ADA to, highs. It could break through this 26-cent level, 28 cents, 30 cents, and try to bring in new highs for the year. Okay. I'm a little more tempered in my expectations. I know that right now, obviously, when we look at the broader crypto market, there's a lot of fear going around. There's a lot of uncertainty. It's something that we've talked about on a big scale this year. And apart from the middle of the year when BTC was bringing in crazy highs, 32K, 33K was the high for the year. And we had a very positive sentiment throughout that regard. The most of the year has been pretty rough, to be honest with you. But right now, that's what ADA is contending with. It's contending with things that are outside of its control. It has nothing to do with, ADA itself. It's following the broader crypto market. But I'll tell you what, once we get into times where sentiment is improved and market structure is improving and there's more capital flowing in, that's where ADA can truly begin to stretch its legs, right? We are very close to a bull market. We are very close to a halving, and this is exciting. This gets me very excited, and I'm happy to be on this journey with you guys. So I'd love to hear your thoughts here, but I appreciate you guys. Hope you enjoyed the video. Let me know below what you think, and I'll catch you in the next one. Take care.